Shalom, shalom, Israel. Back today with another lesson on the Father and the Son word. Not my word, but the Father and the Son word. They word. And today we will be talking about stay humble. Stay a humble servant. Stay a humble servant, Israel. You know, we all got to stay humble in this walk. We got to stay humble in this word. We got to stay disciplined. We got to be obedient. We got to stay humble in this walk. Matter of fact, we're going to start off with that definition of humble. Humble, not proud or haughty. Haughty, ignorant, and full of pride. We got a lot of that going on right now in Israel. Israel need to get back to the book. Leave that foolishness alone, that ignorant stuff, leave that stuff alone. Don't be haughty and proud and pride. Father hate those things. He told you that. I think it's in Proverbs 6, if I ain't mistaken. He said that. Them things he hate. So, Israel, let's get into this lesson today. And I hope all is well. We're getting ready to get into another Shabbat. But hey, Father got us back on this in this venue working. Let's get it. So, okay. Israel, let's get into being humble. Israel, let's get into being humble. We're going to come out of Matthew 23, verses 11 through 12 right quick. We're going to talk about this real quick. So let's get into it, because we have a lot of people out here think they mighty in the walk. The mightier you are, the more of a servant you're supposed to be in this walk. So let's get into it, Israel. But he that is greatest among you, he that is greatest among you shall be your what? Servant. Don't forget that, Israel. The greatest among you should be the servant. Let's keep going. Cause Yahshua was the greatest among all us and always will be. And what he was, a servant. He was everything. He still is the almighty Yah. Let's keep going. And whosoever shall exile himself shall be base, and he that shall humble himself shall be exiled. You got to humble yourself in this walk. Humble. He'll lift you up to be used greater than you can ever imagine. You don't do this work for yourself. You do this work for the Father and the Son. Actually, the Son, then the Father, because you got to go through the Son to get to the Father. Even though the Father gave the Son the word, the Son gave all of us the word through his apostle. Now, we've been given the word to give it back to the ones that are lost, his lost sheep. Israel, let's get on the job. We got to get on this job right now. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're going to go into the next thing, Israel. Let's talk about it some more, Israel. Let's talk about this humble thing some more, Israel. So let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5. 1 Peter chapter 5. We're getting there. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 5 and 6. 1 Peter. All right, Israel, I done made it there. So, we're going to talk about this right quick. Let's get into it. Likewise, ye youngers, submit yourself. Submit yourself. You got to humble yourself to be submitted. Let's keep going. Unto the elders. We're going to keep going. Yea, all of you be subject one to another. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humiliation. For y'all resent the proud. We just talked about that proud thing. Let's keep going. And give grace. He give grace, and what else? To the humble. He give grace to the humble. He give grace to the humble. That's why you got to be a humble servant. No matter how much you read this book, you always be able, somebody can tell you something that you don't quite know. Because the Father, something just like he sent the same person to get you in the truth, and he's sending them angels down to give you that ruach in this body of his. He do it through his people also. That's how we got the book, through his people, his servants, just like we are his servants. And let's keep reading. Verse 6. We say, humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yah, under the mighty hand of Yah. All praises to the mighty hand of Yah, that he may exile you in due time. And I think due time is coming up now. It's due time now. So you need to be humbling yourself, Israel. Because it'll come a time that you're not going to be able to go to the store to get nothing to eat. It'll come a time the person with your right hand going to be the one that do something to you. But if you're in the truth in this walk, the Father going to protect you. He going to put you around the ones you need to be around, not the ones that you don't. That's why you cannot be of this world. You cannot walk in darkness. You can't be around darkness. The Father is the light. He told you that in Genesis 1. And he told us not to dwell in darkness. I don't care who they is. If they ain't living this book, walking this book, teaching this book, doing what this book say do, and living it, get away from it. You need to flee. Flee from that, because you will be dealt with. The Father will deal with you, not just in this fleshly body, but also in that spiritual body. We're going to move along, Israel. Let's move along. Because like I said, this lesson not going to be real long at all. This is going to be getting straight to the point. Israel, how you walk with Yah. Let's go to Micah. Micah chapter 6 and verse 8. Let's go to that, Israel. I'll be there shortly. Time I get there, we will be getting in. But yes, indeed, we got to be humble in this walk. Micah, we in chapter 6, and we're going to read verse 8. All right. He has shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Most High require of thee, but to do justice, and to love mercy, and to walk what? He wants you to do walk what? Humbly with thy Yah. See, you gotta learn how to walk humble, Israel. A lot of us might be thinking we walk humble, but we got to really think what the Most High really wants to do, and not just think it, but apply in our everyday life and everything we do, because he gave us everything we got. Everything. So let's walk more humble in this walk. I got to do better. Y'all got to do better, Israel. We all got to do better. That's why we one mind, which is the heart, one soul, and one spirit, that is contained of the body of Yahshua and the Most High. So we got to get on the job, Israel. We got to get on the job. You know, let's move along a little bit further. Israel, what did the Most High Yah ask them in the wilderness to do, and still asking Israel to do till this day? Let's keep reading. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 2 through 3. Let's get it, Israel. Let's get it. Deuteronomy 8, chapter 8. I'm getting there, Israel. Bear with me. They working abroad on the plantation. So, you know, we're going to get it. We ain't going to complain. We're going to just get it. It's a blessing to be working. All right. Made it there, Israel. Thou shalt also consider in thy heart, that as a man chaseth his son, so the Most High, thy Yah, cleans thee. Let's keep reading about this Israel. Well, actually, Israel, my fault. That was the wrong verse. Let me go up verses. Deuteronomy chapter 8, 2 and 3. I probably said that, but I read the wrong verse. My bad. But let me get it right. All right, let's get to it. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Most High, they are, led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee. He doing it again. To humble thee and to proving thee, provide thee, to know, proving thee to know what was in what their heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. See, he doing the same thing again. We're in the wilderness again. What Israel doing? What the majority of Israel doing? Not keeping the commandments. That's why you got to be humble. You got to be able to be humble. You got to submit yourself. You got to be able to be a humble servant to keep these commandments and do them and live them and teach others. Let's keep reading verse 3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and feed thee with what? Manna. Ain't the apple good? Let's keep going. Which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers knew. Woo, still to this day, they still don't know. Majority still don't know. They still don't know him to this day. That he might make thee known that man do not live by bread alone, by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High do man live. Not by your elder, first of all, not by me, not by your favorite teacher, your elder, your pastor, your deacon, whoever they is. It don't matter. You believe the book. The book is the word. This is coming out straight out the book. Read it for yourself. This is what you believe in. Not no man standing above you. Not no man behind no screen giving it to you. Not no man that walking up to you. Believe the book. And you say, proceed out of the mouth of the Most High. Do it, man live. The book. We got to get to the book. You got to be humble to read this book and understand this book and get understanding. You can get understanding all from this book. Nothing wrong with listening to other people get his book out. But you go back and ask the Father for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from above to get this book. Don't depend on no man. We got to leave him one day. Then what you gonna do? Get these words, how you get that ruach in you. That will keep you humble. That will keep you on the pace going to the kingdom. Because we all trying to get to the kingdom. We trying to go through one of the 12 gates. We don't want to see none of our people get thrown in the lake of fire, but something gonna happen. We're just hoping that the Father show his mercy and grace upon us not to be in there. But we're gonna carry on Israel. So let's read a parable that Yahshua told his disciples that was his servant, that served him, that he served them also. So let's read about that. Let's read a parable that Yahshua teach in the book of life. This book right here. This book is the book of life. Book of life. Let's get to it. We're going to go into Luke chapter 14, 7 through 11. Again, there Israel. 7 through 11. All right. Made that Israel. And he put forth a parable to those which were minded when he marked how they chose out the chief room, saying unto them, red writing, sure talking. When thou art bidded of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more humble, honorable, the most honorable man than thou be bidded of him, binding in him. Okay, and he that minded thee, and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou being with shame to take the lowest room. What are you doing? He's humbling himself. You might be the greatest one in that room, but he's humbling himself. Let's keep going. But when thou art admitted, go and sit down in the lowest room. Woo, that humbling yourself. Because you know how you is real. We don't want to go sit in the messed up room that got dust and dirt all in it. We want to go up there and sit on some of that nice stuff. You know how you is real live. Still to this day. You got people won't come people apartment, house, because, oh man, they stuff ain't right, man. I ain't going over there. I ain't doing it. They won't humble themselves. They think they better. They got that pride in them kicking up. They got that pride in them. And we know what pride do. Let's keep going. That when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend. Woo, look how the Most High work. Look how the Most High Yah work. What do he say? Friend, go up higher than salt. Though have worship in the presence of them that sit and meet with thee. See, in this walk, you got to be humble. Let's talk about something real quick, Israel. See, a lot of us, we go on these jobs, these plantations, and they give you a supervisor position. You think you know more than what you is. Because you sitting with the other nations at the table. I'm going to keep it clean. Sitting with the other nation at the table. And you can't talk to your own neighbor, which is your brother. You won't give your brother a job. They do something, you write them up. You're doing exactly what the heathen nation wants you to do. But you forget. You only got that place because the Most High Yah want to see how you act. See how you treat your brother. As we call kin. How do you treat them? You know, we got to start treating our people like the Father say. If you love me, keep my commandments. He said what? He said, fear him and keep his commandment. And also, he said, right after that, love your neighbor like you love yourself, Israel. That's being a servant. That's being humble. Because you're doing what the Most High Yah and Yahshua said do. He did it. You think you ain't got to do it. Let's keep going, Israel. And we're going to talk about something else. Israel, this why we have to stay humble in this walk with the Most High Yah and Yahshua. Let's go to James chapter 4, and we're going to read verse 6. James chapter 4, and we're going to read verse 6, Israel. All right. Let's get to it. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, Yah resist the proud. We talked about that in the beginning, the proud. Let's keep going. But give it grace unto the humble. That means that you will serve it. You humble yourself. And he give me that grace. He give us grace right to this day when we don't even deserve grace and mercy. But I want to keep reading. Because it was something earlier that was on my mind. We right on it right now. All praise to the Abba. Submit yourself, therefore, to who? Yah. That means submit yourself. That means you're going to be a servant to Yah. Resist the what? Devil. And he will flee from who? You. Who? See, You gonna have to resist this thing they call the devil, them demons, them 2/3 evil angels and demons. Oh, they're around you all the time. But the Father keep his mighty angels around you because he said he's gonna leave you with that confidence. He's gonna leave you with it. And the covenant still fighting for us while we sleep and don't even know. While we here and can't even see the spirit around us, they fighting for us to keep to be alive. All praise to the Abba. All praises to the Abba. All praises to Yahshua. And I'm gonna keep reading because I want to read a little bit more of this. Draw nigh to Yah, and he will draw nigh to you. So if you get in this book and read and do what the Father say, he gonna, like you drawing close to him through this book, he gonna draw close to you. Because now you show him that you love him. Because you're keeping the commandments. You're doing what the book say, not what no man say. I'm gonna keep saying that you're doing what the book say, what the Father and the Son say, and not no man. Let's keep reading. Cleanse your hands, ye sinner, and purify your what? Your mind. Purify this flesh and mind for it can get rid of this old fleshly skin. Let's keep going. Ye double-minded. So the Father don't like no double-minded person. So if you're being double-minded, check yourself, get it together, get it right, and let's do what the Father said do. Let's be a servant, but a humble servant. But let's move on, Israel, to the next thing. Israel, can you be this humble as Yahshua were to the Most High? Can you be as Yahshua were to his Father, the Most High? Can you, Israel? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians chapter 5, we going to Israel. Excuse me. And we're going to read 1 and 2. It just show you how humble Yahshua was to his Father, still is to this day. Let's get to it. Be ye therefore followers of Yah and dear children, and walk in what? Love. As Yahshua also had loved it us, and had given himself. We saw how he given himself for what? Let's keep reading. For us as an offering and a sacrifice to Yah for a sweet smelling savor. Ooh, could you do that, Israel, right now? Could you do it right now, Israel? Just show you how humble that Yahshua was to his Father, the Most High Yah, and still humble to him to this day. So y'all got to get it together. We all got to get it together. We got to do this thing together as one mind, one body, one soul, one spirit. We got to do this together. Because we are the assembly. We is the church of the Father and the Son. They dwell in light and not in darkness. So you got to stay humble. The Israel. We made to the last thing on this lesson, the last point, the last part of this lesson. So we gonna talk about a few things in this last portion. Israel, this is the way to humble yourself as Yahshua humbled himself to the Most High Yah. So let's get to this right quick, Israel. We gonna get to this. We gonna talk about this, Israel. We gonna talk about this. You know, we gonna first start off in 1 John chapter 3 and verse 16. Start off in there, family. Let's get into that real quick. Okay. I'm almost there, Israel. All right. 3 and verse 16. 1 John chapter 3 and 16. All right. Hereby perceive we the love of Yah, because he laid down his life for us. Is you willing? servant, laid down. He was a humble servant, laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren, our people. We should be that humble as a servant that you walking in this life with your brother. You can't just let nobody do something to your brother and you can help. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for your people that walk in this truth of the Father and the Son? Because you're going to have to sacrifice yourself for the Father and the Son sooner or later, because it's coming. The mark coming. You shall have to choose a side. So whose side you going to choose, Israel? On the one side I'm going to choose is the Most High Yahshua. Like he said, you can kill this flesh all day, but he is the one that can kill both. Body and soul. So man can kill this flesh all day, but he can't kill the soul, can't kill the spirit. So we better roll with the Father. I hope y'all roll with the Father. So I'm going to roll with the Most High and Yahshua. So let's get into the last part. Well, not the last part quite yet. Let's go to John chapter 15 in verse 13. We go on there real quick, Israel. We almost done. But we going to John 15 and verse 13. John chapter 15 verse 13. All right, Israel. Let's get it. Actually, I want to start a little bit above that. I'm going to start at verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. See, he said it again. Precept among precept, like people love to talk about. I love talking about precept among precept. We got to read this book, though. Let's keep going. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. Woo! Y'all got to understand that. Y'all got to understand. Let me read one more verse while we at it. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. See, you know, the Father, I just love the way he taught. You know, he let you know, my son laid down his life for y'all. Is you willing to lay down y'all life for me? For your brother? You know, a lot of people says that, but do they really want to do that? But let me keep reading. Verse 15. Henceforth, I call you not servants. Woo, I call you not servants. Let's keep reading. Why? For the servant know not what Lord do, or I should say Yah do. But I have called you friends, for all the things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. Woo, it just do something to me when I hear that right there. You know, he said, no longer am I serve you, my friend. You can't have no better friend than Yahshua in this walk. Somebody ain't gonna lie to you or always tell you the truth. But let's keep going. I want to keep going a little bit more, Israel. If y'all don't mind, can I read another scripture? Can I get one more? You know what I'm saying? Can we talk? You know, remember this song and back in the day, you know, Tevin Campbell sung it, you know. I don't mess with Tevin no more because, you know, Tevin on that flip-flop side. But I'm going to just, you know, sing just a quarter one song, you know, when he say, can we talk for a minute? 'Cause I want to know your name. Can we talk, Yah, for a minute because I want to get this word. So we about to get into it, verse 16. All right. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit. You should go forth and bring fruit. That's what we got to do as sir. We got to bring forth fruit. Let's keep going. And that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. So the Father left saying this, verse 17. These things I command you, because you're certain, that ye love one another. See, we got to love one another. We got to humble ourselves to love one another, Israel. We got to do that. In this walk, we got to be able to listen more than we talk. Got to humble ourselves. But Israel, we're going to get to the last thing, because I don't want to hold y'all no longer, and I have to. So now we're going to go to Philippians chapter 2. Philippians chapter 2, and we're going to read verses 5 through 8. And hope y'all got something out of this lesson right here. I hope y'all understand that stay a humble servant, Israel. So let's get to it. Philippians chapter 2 and verse 5 through 8. All right, Israel, this is going to conclude this of being a humble servant. So let's get to it. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahshua, who being in the form of Yah, though it not robbery to be equal with Yah. Ooh, I just like how let's keep going. But made himself of no what? Reputation, and took upon him the form, see, look at that, repetition. But what did he do? And he took upon him the form of what? A servant. We got to do that, Israel. And was made in the likeness of what? Man. The likeness of man now. all praises, Father. Just he just keeps showing you. Yeshua showed you everything. He was the greatest example. He showed you. He just didn't give it to you in the book. He also showed you he lived this. He walked this. He did all the things in this book. He ain't finished with doing everything in this book, but he's showing you that I did this. Because my Father told me, he gave me a commandment to be a servant, to be a humble servant to him and please him. Not pleasing man, but please him. But let's keep going. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled what? Himself, and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. So how many of y'all gonna humble y'all self to death? Because it coming, people. It's coming, Israel. Remember, the Father said, like he told Adam, you surely gonna die. Believe that. We surely gonna die one of these days. But we don't want to die today. We gone. But just know, we want to make sure we doing enough to get that spirit body that's gonna put us in, well, the kingdom. Through one of those gates with our tribe. So Israel, we got to stay a humble servant, Israel. We got to stay a humble servant. And I hope y'all got something out of Israel. I enjoyed that the Father gave me this word to give to y'all. And it made me look at myself and say, I'm humble enough to y'all. To the Father first and the Son and y'all. So I'm doing my best to stay and be obedient as a humble servant to Israel. And y'all do the same, Israel. We just got to get in this book. We got to, love on each other more. We got to stay being a humble servant. With that said, nothing but love. My way to your way, Israel. Have a great Shabbat. And know, do all things get understanding of what? The word. The word. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, my family. I love y'all. Peace and blessing.
I mean, it's going to take a special kind of person or a special kind of people to really want to come out of Babylon and seek the Most High in this way. People got their comfort zones and, their lifestyles, their cars, their houses, their good jobs, their income. They ain't trying to leave that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Babylon got your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. No, Father, I've been trying to tell them. They don't wanna come home. Come home. Babylon got your people to spoil. What you people think? To spoil. What you think they don't wanna come home. Come home. Father, Babylon got your people spoiled. They rather have worldly riches and mansions and a lot of fancy cars. And even the poor trying to hold on to that system. They really believe in the government rather than you who can give them freedom. People don't want to give up their worldly lifestyles and their comfort zones. People are too content, yeah. Rather be a slave than to be free from a system that has them held bondage. Father, I know you see, Babylon got your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. They don't wanna come home. Come home. Babylon got your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. They don't wanna come home. Come home. They really love chasing money. They're seeking the treasure that's hidden in the scriptures. They love sports games and worldly entertainment. How we gon' convince these people to come on home to their land when Babylon got them spoiled? I don't really think they can. People don't wanna give up their worldly lifestyles and their comfort zone. People are too content. Say they too content. Yeah. Rather be a slave than to be free. From a system that has them held bondage. Yeah. Father, I know you see. Babylon got your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. See your people to spoil. They don't wanna come home. Come home. Babylon got your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. They don't wanna come home. They don't wanna come home. Yeah. Oh no. Babylon got them spoiled. Hey. They don't wanna be free. No. They wanna stay in that system. No. They want an earthly citizenship rather than a citizenship in the heavens. I want to invite them to the heavenly dinner, but they're too busy to come. They're too busy. I want to introduce them to the king, but they don't even want to believe in him. They don't want to believe in him. Father, I know you see. You see. Yeah. Babylon got your people to spoil. They don't want to leave Babylon. They don't wanna come home. They love them fancy cars and them nice homes. Got people spoil, your people to spoil. Your people to spoil. They don't wanna come home. They wanna keep making all of that money when that dollar about to dry. Oh yeah. Oh, they love that system. Yeah. They only believe in what they can see and touch. That's right. And money is their God. Money is their God. And they want them fancy cars and them houses. Ooh, and live that lovely lifestyle. Then seek the kingdom. Oh yeah. They don't want this heavenly
They don't
kingdom.
want the kingdom.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Most High, you got so much in store for them, but they don't want to believe. I mean, so what can we do to convince these people to come out their comfort zone and come seek you and the kingdom? I mean, some people come out, then they go back. What part of the truth is that?